Hey, what's going on, everybody? Who be 186 back again with another video. Um, this is gonna be a rant video. I'm not gonna yell because I have people in the house, but this is a topic that I wanted to discuss because it kind of blew up on Twitter. A couple months ago I made a video regarding Titanfall 2 and the whole EA Access thing that happened, and the idea, and I floated the idea, but I didn't go full bore with it, that maybe people are upset about this game because it's on PS4. And after today, after reading some of the messages that I've seen, after reading some of the tweets and being in conversation, I think it's pretty clear that some of these Xbox fanboys, these fucking idiots, um, they seem to hate this game because the game's on PS4. I think that's pretty clear at this point. Now, like, they can use the excuses that they want to use, but at the end of the day, I think it's pretty clear why they hate this game. And unfortunately, with the news that the game may not have done as well as they would like, you see the Xbox fanboys coming out of the woodwork and pretty much gloating about this game being not doing as well. Now, let me address a couple things. Not right, because I get, first off, I do want to give a huge shout out to those Xbox fans who are fighting back against this blatant stupidity. They know who they are. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want to put them. Whoever sees this video, I don't know. I don't know how many views it's going to get, but I do plan on sharing it. So I don't want them to get any type of the crosshairs to it if I mention their name. But they know who they are, and they're greatly appreciated in this community for diverse gamers. They're very appreciated. Their efforts are very appreciated, and I just want to give them a shout out, and I'll send them individual shout outs whenever I get a chance. But one of the excuses that I see from the Xbox fanboys regarding this Titanfall 2 is, well, they gimped the game for PS4 players. Now, I'm trying to understand how I don't understand how a group of gamers, right, would not be able to deal with the pace of Titanfall, of the original Titanfall. Because based on what I've seen from gameplay of Titanfall 2, it does seem to be as chaotic, maybe even more chaotic. Now again, I haven't played the game, so I don't know. And people in the comment section, you can if you wanna tell me, let me know. But the game seemed to be just as chaotic as the first, but yet you have these dudes who are talking about how the game got gimped. I'm like, and furthermore, you guys think so little of us as gamers that you think that we couldn't adapt to the speed of the original Titanfall game. Like, I mean, seriously? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It reeks of them just basically hating us and hating the fact that this game is on PlayStation. Because if it wasn't exclusive, a lot of these quote mechanics that would consider gimped would be disclassified as gameplay tweaks. And a lot of these dudes who are bitching about the game being gimped will actually do what most actual gamers do, is talk to the developers. And Respawn has been very open about the beta and wanting feedback on the beta. And most of these dudes who, instead of bitching about the game being gimped, will actually talk to them and be like, hey, I don't know why you guys did this. I don't know if this will work, and is there anything you guys can do about it? Talk to them instead of going to the well. Oh, this game got gimped for PS4. It reeks of hatred of PlayStation and that platform because the game is on because the game is on the platform. It reeks of that. Another thing that I've seen is that these guys are talking about how it's the principle of the matter when they're bitching and complaining about the blue disc, wondering why is it that Respawn is promoting the game on PS4 and social media and all the other stuff that don't mean anything, and worrying about marketing deals and all the other garbage. Like, And this is a world this is a fanboy wide thing. This goes for multiple. This goes for PS4 fanboys too. When Red Dead Redemption 2 got announced, the first thing that I saw people talking about, oh, who has the marketing deal? I'm like, who the fuck cares? If the game is coming out on your platform, why? Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, but that's the first thing that I see people talking about. They're not talking about the story. They're not talking about the characters. They're not talking about any of that stuff. They're not talking about the graphics. They're talking about, oh, who has the marketing deal? Like, why the fuck does that matter? Like, why does that matter? And the same thing here with the Xbox fanboys. They're getting upset with Respawn for tweeting, you know, PS4 disc, PS4 covers. Like, why do you guys give a shit? The game's coming out on your on your platform. Why do you care? Why do they care? Because the game is on PS4. That's why. And I'm looking at, there's a tweet from Mikey Barr, like, and he's, you know, one of the heads at Microsoft. He's talking down fanboys, saying that, oh, it don't matter, like, you know, just enjoy the game. And it gets to my point in the videos that you guys are talking about, oh, it's the principle of the thing, it's about protecting the brand. Well, yet the people who you're trying to pretty much defend or protect, they're telling you it's fine. We don't care. Just buy the game. We don't fucking care. Just buy the game. Enjoy the game. And yet, if these guys are telling you this and you guys are not listening, you are hurting their brand. You are clearly hurting their brand. And that goes to my point. If you decide based on you know, the blue disc bullshit, based on the marketing, which is funny because every time I watch football, every time I'm watching watching anything, I mean, every time a Titanfall commercial comes on, there's an Xbox logo in the beginning and there's an Xbox logo at the end. So why is it that you guys are bitching and complaining about a fucking disc when millions upon millions of people are watching the Titanfall Xbox commercial, and yet you fucking losers are worrying about the PS4 disc on Twitter? You know what I mean? It's so stupid, but you know, like, the thing is that when you guys are sitting there saying, oh, well, I'm not buying the game now, I'm gonna wait because you know, of this whole fiasco and all the other bullshit, you guys are hurting their brand. You guys are clearly hurting their brand, because obviously software sales is important. Now, granted, the game's not exclusive, but the software sales are important to Microsoft. And I'm trying to figure out if software sales are important, and the fact that, you know, having a game sell better on your platform of choice, on the platform, is important to them. Like, if it sells more on their platform, that's a coup for them. But yet, since you guys want to sit there and defend the brand by not buying the game, you're technically hurting the brand by not buying the game. You're not helping them, and they're telling you you're not helping them. They're telling you, we don't need your help. The only way you can help us is by buying the game, and you guys are not going to do that because you guys want to stand for some principle that who you're standing for is telling you, we don't want your help. We don't need your help. We don't need your help. And, you know, even if you know, it probably was a foregone conclusion that the PS4 version was going to outsell it anyway, because that seemed to be the trend this generation. But at the end of the day, they're dependent on software sales. They're dependent on that. That's a very important part for these companies, and yet you guys decide, well, we're not buying the game based on principle. You guys are hurting their brand when you do that, when you make that stupid ass decision. And the last thing that I've seen from a lot of the Xbox fanboys is the fact that, oh, there's too many games coming out. There's too many games coming out. That's why, you know, I'm not buying the game, because there's too many games coming out. Now, again, I don't want to judge them too much on it, because obviously, you know, there are a lot of games coming out, you know, at the end of the year. That's always the case. But let's be real. If this game was an Xbox One exclusive, you guys would be buying that fucking game. I guarantee you that the vast majority of the people who say, "Oh, the game is, I'm gonna wait till later to buy the game," a lot of them, I assume, would have bought the game day one if this game was an Xbox One exclusive. That's just my opinion. Now, that's the one I feel less strong about. But to me, I think that's the case. Now, my overall point is this: you guys give that community a bad name when you guys act like this. You know what I mean? You wonder why Xbox fanboys get shit on all the time on Twitter and YouTube and all the other stuff? Outside of some of the stuff about, not calling out these fucking console war propagandas that you guys talk up all the time. The real reason why is because of shit like this, right? Because you guys somehow feel like you guys are fighting a losing battle when there's no battle to be fought. There's no battle to be fought. There's no need to fight for a brand when there's no console war. There's no console war. There's no console war to be fought. You guys are so fixated on all this stuff regarding, sales, like with MPDs and bullshit like that. You guys are so fixated on marketing deals. You idiots are so affected by stuff that people say on Twitter, like Mark Cerny or any of these corporate heads on either side of the aisle, that you guys do more talking about that bullshit than you guys do about talking about games. I mean, in the holiday season where Forza Horizon 3 comes out, when Gears of War 4 comes out, with Record coming out, and all the plethora of third party games coming out, and yet what's the main topic of discussion now? Oh, did Titanfall 2 flop because they turned their back on Xbox gamers? You know what I mean? Like, it's all this bullshit that don't mean anything, but yet you idiots, you guys just put this bullshit on this pedestal, and I don't get it. I mean, I personally don't get it, because at the end of the day, like, it's about the games. Yes. I mean, like I was saying, it's about the games, and you guys, instead of talking about the games, you guys are hurting the brand. Well, first of all, let me reiterate this to end it, because the audio got clipped out again. So let me reiterate this. You guys are hurting yourselves by not wanting to play the game. I know a lot of you guys actually do want to play it. You hurt your the consumers you hurt the industry by acting like fucking dumbasses on Twitter and getting mocked by these news sites. And most importantly, you guys hurt Microsoft by not buying the game and adding to the narrative that you guys don't buy games, which I don't believe. But when you guys do bullshit like that, it's hard not to agree. And ultimately you hurt the brand, because at the end of the day, you're taking money out of their pockets by not supporting their game, not supporting their software, and hurting their bottom line by not buying games on the console based on stupid fucking principle. Based on principle. So that's pretty much it. Who we 186. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.